What is going on, guys? Going on 27 Squad. Welcome back into another video. You're gonna see a little bit of my background where I live, so don't try to dox me or anything like that. But I just want to come on here quickly to talk about OTA number 4. I believe I won't be able to be in my house and be in my setup and edit the video and stuff like that because I'm actually out on my way out to go to a flag football game. So I'm gonna make this video, quickly make a thumbnail, and put that thing up for you guys. So I want to make sure I don't miss a day because Mondays are always hard for me for that reason. Flag football Mondays. So let's get into it. It wasn't a lot of notes, but the content of the notes is kind of actually pretty good. These past couple of days, these past 3 days that we've gotten notes from the Giants media and beat writers and stuff like that, it was always like one position group like going off, and it seems like the trend is continuing today, and we'll get into that a little bit. But the first day, which is pretty much the second day, it's actually the second day, but it's pretty much like the first day. It was the quarterbacks, where the quarterbacks were just all getting touchdowns. Everyone was getting touchdowns, right? The next day was defensive backs. There were plenty of defensive backs that got passes defensed and things like that, and it was like a defensive day. All the DBs were batting down passes and stuff like that. This week, it's more so the tight ends, where the whole entire tight end group were like just like in unison, just going off. Like Theo Johnson had a really good catch. Thomas Fidone had a really good catch by Jackson Dart, so rookie on rookie action there, and I believe Daniel Bellinger as well. So the tight ends showed out today. Quarterbacks, Russell Wilson was highlighted with Jalen HYATT, and I really want to talk about HYATT towards the end of this video, so stick around for that. But there was a big highlight again from Russell Wilson to Jalen HYATT to the end zone. Big catch there, and it was something like it's exactly what everybody was talking about, how Jalen HYATT's career can kind of be not revived because they never really started, right? But Jalen HYATT's, I guess, expectations can be revived, where his production can finally start getting going with a guy like Russell Wilson, and that's already happening in OTAs. So that's something to note, and that's something that a lot of people thought was going to happen, and here it is. Jalen HYATT is actually being recognized. Now, again, this is OTAs. It's not even training camp yet. They don't even have pads on, for crying out loud. So, again, let's all take this with a grain of salt, but it's a good thing to see Jalen HYATT out there and performing. I want to see Jalen HYATT out there and performing well, and he's working with the first team. Malik Neighbors hasn't been there. He's still out with that toe injury. Again, nothing serious to note about the toe injury. They're just keeping him out because this is voluntary, and they don't want him doing any more work than he has to and re-aggravating the toe. So an injury that he's been dealing with since he's been in college. So it's not that serious, just to let you guys know. It's not anything new. It's not anything he needed like surgery on or anything, not that I know of. So there's that. So I'd love to see Jalen HYATT. And then we have defensive backs again making some noise, where you had some passive defense. We had a ball popped up by Cordell Flott, who cut off a Theo Johnson slant route, and it got popped up and intercepted by Tyler Nubin. We're finally getting something about Tyler Nubin now. I believe we got a highlight of one of his passive defense. He had a dropped interception, but he catches this one that got popped up in the air. And listen, when it comes to Tyler Nubin, man, I want to see him do well. He's a second-round pick. As much as I didn't like him as a draft pick, it's not about me trying to be right. I want him to go out there and ball. So I like to see that he's getting himself an interception and bringing the team some value as far as the defensive unit goes and the defensive backs as a whole, because they're still a big question mark as well. Is Deonte Banks practicing? Why am I not hearing anything about Deonte Banks? Is he practicing? I'm not even hearing him getting roasted. I'm not even hearing him getting any passive defense. Where is Deonte Banks? I didn't hear about him out at all. Apparently he's there. I don't know. No idea. But there's that. We had another interception. We had another pick six. Dane Belton again. I swear, Dane Belton is going to take our boy Darnay Holmes' spot as being like the training camp hero. Darnay Holmes at his time here was like the interception machine, was like the guy, like the best defensive back in the group during OTAs and training camp. And then when it came to the season, he was just still garbage. Like, Dane Belton, I might be his biggest hater, I don't know. I don't like him, but he's always getting these interceptions that keep him in the loop. If he was so good, the Giants wouldn't have needed Tyler Newman in the second round, okay? They're not too high on him either, but he always finds a way to the ball. He had himself another interception, and it was supposedly a pick six, so that's good. I don't know what to make of it, man. You hear about this all the time where he has a knack for the football. He's so good. He's an interception machine. He's a ball hawk. Things like that. Forced fumbles, right? He had a couple of forced fumbles that I do give him props on. But when it comes to watching him on film during these games, he's just not good, right? So I hope he's turning a new leaf. I hope he's turning a new leaf and he's getting a lot better. So, and we have a new defensive back coach as well. I mean, not that our defensive back coach was bad, but they had to put the blame on somebody. So, there's that. And Jackson Dart had a good highlight plays. So what happened was they moved back for 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. They moved back the line of scrimmage. I don't know how far they moved it back. That part isn't really in the notes, but they're not in the red zone. So they were attempting a lot of deeper plays and things like that. Jameis Winston had a touchdown to Eric Gray. I mentioned Thomas Fidone. Okay, so the defensive line, Abdul Carter had a would-be sack, but the would-be sack actually came on the Dane Belton interception. So it was a would-be sack or it was going to be an interception. It all depended because I guess he got there before. I assume it had to have been Russell Wilson, right? I assume it had to have been Russell Wilson. He got there before the quarterback threw the ball, so that would have been a sack. But, of course, they can't touch him, so he's allowed to throw the ball anyway, and that got intercepted. So it was a double negative on the offense. And Brian Burns had a couple of would-be sacks. I expect nothing less from one of our highest paid players on the team right now, if not the highest paid. I think he's paid more than Dexter Lawrence, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he's the highest paid player on the team now that Daniel Jones is not on the Giants anymore. Elijah Chapman had a batted down pass. I really hope he really stays in competition during this training camp. I want to see him find a way to at least make this practice squad and we keep him around, man. I really love Elijah Chapman's story. Him just being absolutely just ignored his whole coming up into the NFL, then trying out for the Giants and making the team in his first try, his first year. I want to see that have some merit down the line. I want to see that I want to see that story continue for Elijah Chapman. Trace Ford, the undrafted rookie free agent out of Oklahoma State, had a batted down pass as well. And as I'm trying to remember everything that I read in these notes, I don't believe there's anything serious to bring up. I'm going through all the positions in my head, and I think that's it. So that was OTA day number 4. Man, I really wish I could be this quick explaining things when I'm in my setup. I don't know, maybe because I had more time to edit things out or edit things in and add little stuff here and there to it, but this video is at 8 minutes long, man, and we covered everything in it. So that is the breakdown of OTA day number 4. I keep saying 4, expecting it to be actually 4. Maybe it's not, maybe it is. I can't remember which day off the top of my head. I believe it's 4, but we're going with it, baby. I'm going to quickly make this thumbnail, put this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe new to the channel, and you guys have a good day. I'm going to go get me a win with some flag football, baby. Let's go, and go Giants. Woo!